Yo, yo. I know nobody's here, and nor do I expect anybody to show up, but it's preseason still, even though technically we played our last game yesterday, and I just wanted to come on and mess with the programming, and I thought I would do it like this today. Just make it a little simpler, a little easier on me. It's been a rough week. Been wanting to put out a 53, man. I thought I would do it live while I recap the game and just kind of go that way. Yeah. We'll see how this goes here. No producer yet. This just might be something I just mess around with right now and not even do. Let me see if I'm even live. Let's see what it says. I have no idea. Blind man luck. Okay. Okay. All right. Just like I thought, no one's here. So I'm going to go ahead and just recap the game. I'll start there and see if anybody decides to join the live. It's not what I expected. I'd be lying to sit here and say that I expected that type of performance yesterday. I did not. I'm going to go ahead and start with Aiden O'Connell because I know that's where everybody's mind's still probably at because it's probably his worst performance. But for a fourth-round pick, a rookie out of Purdue, a fighter who fought his way up, he still showed a lot of good things. Very accurate with the ball, very controlled in the huddle and in the pocket. He even showed that he can move outside the pocket and throw on the run. So plenty to be excited about. He is as advertised. He is as I said he has been the whole preseason. He's shown great potential. He's got all the tools that McDaniels would like for his offense, which will lead me to two of my top reasons why we should be cool about Aiden O'Connell. There's no reason for him to start. He's not our starting quarterback. I don't think we necessarily have to worry about what he's going to be this year. Now, have we seen enough to say he is our future? If McDaniels is still around, right? So as long as we win and we continue to show growth and this thing is a reality, then absolutely, I think that Aiden O'Connell has. Now, I will say, depending on how the season goes with Jimmy G and how wins and losses are stacking up, sooner rather than later, we'd have to test him. But I again, does he deserve to be our number 2? Yes. Should he be our number 2 early? I don't think so. I think you keep Hoyer around. I think Hoyer is that guy. At least week 1 and 2 at the earliest, make Aiden available 3. I want him to learn as much as he can. There's no need to push the envelope right now. Now, if Jimmy G goes down with a big injury, then I would say yeah. I would say yeah right away. Make him the starter. Because then you just test by fire and see how he develops over the year. No. Well, who we got? I'll explain to y'all how I'm doing this in a minute here. All right. So on my voiceover, it says combo. What's going on, Night? What's going on? Thank you for being here. If that's your, that's what the voiceover is reading to me in my ear. I have an AirPod in my ear. I'm using voiceover on my phone to track comments, so bear with me. I will talk about the producer situation here shortly as well. But I did want to give this a shot on my own because once I explain who my producer might be, and what I'm doing with that, then we'll go from there. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was talking about. So with Aiden O'Connell, bam, I would say, I mean, I don't even care, to be honest with you. Jimmy goes down, I would make Aiden number 2, I guess. I just want to do it right. But McDaniels has to be the man moving forward because Aiden is a system quarterback, right? He's not going to fit the bill in most places. He fits perfect in this offense with McDaniels. So that's something interesting to keep an eye on too. But all signs are really optimistic right now. Things are positive. There's really no negative, super negative. I mean, nothing's perfect, nothing's right, but nevertheless. All right, I want to start in the backfield. Let's go ahead and start with the running back. And let's go with the running backs now. Zamir White, a lot of heat. He's getting a lot of heat out there from everybody, man. And I'm one of those cats that's sitting back going, okay. He ran the ball 3 times. Obviously, no rhythm. He's running behind the third-string offensive line. And then, does he have the potential still? Yeah, but he is not Josh Jacobs. He's a different cat, dude. He's a power runner, north-south, boom, boom, boom. He needs big holes. Do I trust his vision? No. Do I trust him out of the backfield catching passes? Not necessarily. When I keep hearing things saying that, something he's working on. Doesn't mean he can't do it or won't develop. It's just something that I'm like, okay. And I said last week I did break down the running backs. I said Zeus was the guy. And if Josh Jacobs wouldn't have signed, Zeus would have been the man. But now that we got Jacobs and we saw what Williams did last night, and I may be wrong on this because of Williams' age, but I would go Jacobs, Williams, Abdullah, and Bolden. This franchise, this particular head coach is notorious for running back by committee. I don't think he necessarily has to invest into Zamir White at this point. I think that he would move on from him. If he feels like, okay, I got Jacobs this year, Williams is looking good, I can get another guy. I got McCormick, I may be able to sneak on to the practice squad, plus Britton Brown's injury. Maybe he's back on the practice squad. There's options. Maybe Zamir doesn't get picked up, and maybe Zamir ends up on the practice squad. One of those 3, I think one out of those 3, we land on the practice squad. And a lot of these guys could return next year. So I think Williams showed me enough. And I know it was a prime back running against second, third, fourth stringers, but I think that would be a beautiful 1-2 punch with Jacobs and Williams. Throw Abdullah in there. That's a triple threat. Bolden, only in situations. He's your backup of backups. He's your running back coach at that point, which like he was last year for the most part. Either way, our running back room is going to be just fine. Not tripping. The one that I was concerned with calling and trying to figure out was our offensive line. Let me see what I got going on here. Was our offensive line, but I think that shaped itself out for the most part. Combo, thank you, brother. I don't know if that's your name, if it's just coming up Combo. So, I mean, if that's the name or if that's the way the voiceover's reading it, and you said you're used to it, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad we signed JJ too, bro. Big time. But offensive line, it's as I thought it would be, and I'll go ahead and run my starters out to start off with right now because that's the easiest for me anyway. I got Colton Miller. I got Dylan Parham, Andre James. And then on that right guard spot and the right tackle spot, that's where the battles were at. I'm going Van Rotten, bro. I really am. I'm going with the veteran. He has a toughness to him. I think he's done enough. And then I would run Jermaine or Luminor. I think it's the best bet. I really do. I think Munford is the backup, and we're going to have a Luminor on the roster anyway because he's, in my opinion, he'll be the backup left tackle as well. So I would like to see a Luminor on the right-hand side. If the penalties still become an issue, then you got Munford you could plug in and then, have a Luminor sit back there and wait for Colton to get hurt or whatever. I think you can't go wrong. So obviously I already put Munford in the mix as a backup too, on the bench. Now, that's solid right there. That's solid. Now, after that, it gets real tough, right? We don't know what's going on with Alex Bars. I don't care. I think we get Wagner. I think we run with Wagner to back up Van Rotten. And then the wild card right there is either you're going to run Grasu for your center or you keep the young guy, Curtis McClendon. I think he might be the practice squad guy, but that's kind of where I'm sitting at the offensive line. It gets tricky towards that back end, but I really believe it goes Miller, Parham, James, Van Rotten, Illuminor. Munford will be key. And then I like Wagner. I really do. I really like Wagner. And then that last spot that I would have would be Grasu or Curtis McClendon, but I think Curtis ends up on the practice squad. You could bring him up if need be. That's the way that I would run it at this point. But the future's bright. I think the future's bright. Look for this team is as advertised as the way I'm seeing it right now. Look for offensive linemen to be draft heavy next year. For sure. Let me go back. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's go and jump in the tight ends. I mean, this is going to be questionable for everybody's going to have a different take, right? But right off the bat, I think the starter is Hooper. I don't think I think it has to be Hooper. He's experienced. He's going to give you the well-rounded play from a blocking perspective and pass catching perspective. You're going to get a lot of Mayer, though. You saw Mayer do his thing last night. He's still struggling in pass protection and blocking and things like that, but he'll get better. He'll even get better during the season, so he has a chance to emerge later, but look for Hooper to get those primary snaps, but they'll run 2 tight end sets, so Mayer will be out there. But those guys for sure are going to be our primary tight ends. The third tight end that I would keep, that's a tough one, right? There's Fotheringham and there's Horsted. Oof. I've heard it all, but I like Fotheringham. I think I like the youth. I like the size. I like the speed. And he had good rapport with all the quarterbacks. So I would say that's my pick. That's my pick. And I like Jesper too, man. It's tough. It's tough, but I would go the young cat. Robert Pena, what's up, my brother? Appreciate you being here, man. Salute. Thank you for being here, brother. Just letting everybody know I'm running it off my ear. So far, it seems to be doing good. It's because my chat is not crazy like everybody else's. I got like 2 people in here, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? I'll take it. I needed to knock the rust off, go live a little bit, and just talk some football. I wanted to work this out. I'll talk about producer a little bit later because I'll let you kind of know what I'm up to, man, too. But right now, we're just talking football. You guys, the two amazing of you watching, you guys have any questions, hit me up. Now let's go to receivers. Receivers, it gets a little testy towards the back end, but obviously we're going to have Devontae. We're going to have Hunter. We're definitely going to have Jacoby Myers. Though those are the guys that we're going to be running with to start off, right? Then we're definitely going to have Tucker. I think you saw his ability. That guy is going to be on this roster. This is where, after that, I mean, believe it or not, those last 2 spots, it could go either way. You can go Carter, and because you're going to use him in kick returns and things like that too, and he's explosive there. So I definitely think that would be my pick for that reason. But then, you got Dorsett. Cam Smith showed up again, man. I don't know. I know people are talking about Wilkerson. I don't think we keep Wilkerson. I don't think his particular skill set is needed at this point in time. It's going to be between Dorsett and Smith. And I like Smith's size, but Dorsett just got that. I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough one. But if I had to call it, I'm going to play it safe and go Dorsett. I'm just going to go Dorsett just to play it safe. That would be my 6. I think that's a solid 6, and that's what I would personally run with. Let me see if I got anything kicking over here. Okay. So those are receivers. So I pretty much did the offense, right? I pretty much went through the offense. I did the running backs. I did the offensive line. Quarterbacks, we already know where that stands. That's pretty straightforward. I still like to give O'Connell some time. I don't want to put that pressure on him early, depending on the injury with Jimmy. If Jimmy has just got some small little tweak, I think Hoyer could step in. If it's something major and Jimmy's out, then I would throw the rookie in and run it. I really would. I think he's shown a lot, and I think he would grow. And we would definitely know by end of the season whether or not that's our future with McDaniels. Because remember, he's very McDaniels specific, in my opinion. me see. Hold on here. Live chat. Good 6. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Robert. See, there's the live chat. Hold on. I got to get back to it. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get this going here. It used to be so much easier back in the day with the voiceover. I still think it's going to be easier. Does Amik stay? Robert wants to know if Amik stays. Yeah, I personally, I have him on my list. Well, let's go ahead and jump on the defensive side of the ball real quick. I'll start with corners for you, Robert. My starting, I want Jacorian Bennett out there. I like the rook. Hobbs obviously gets the slot, and then we already know Marcus Peters is going to hold it down. That would be my 3. I like Tyler Hall and Sam Webb. Those are my dudes, to be honest with you. Faison still probably hurt. We don't know if he's going to end up on the IR. He would be the wild card in that. But Amik's on my radar, bro. I think Amik. I think we need 6, and I think Amik's that guy. I know that Shelley and him look pretty similar, and because Amik's been here and has been in the system already. I'm gonna give it Amik. I like his aggressiveness, bro. I know he gets burned at times, but I don't think he's going to be first man up, if you know what I'm saying. So I think Amik made the cut. I think if Shelley or Long would have stepped up and really blew me away, I think then I would cut Amik. But I think Shelley, out of those two, out of Shelley and Long, I think Shelley was the guy that performed, and to me, he was no better than Amik was, in my opinion. So I definitely would let Amik run it, bro. I definitely would. Defensive line's another interesting one. A lot of people were giving Wilson a lot of crap yesterday, man. Like, I'll talk about that real quick because I can right now because I don't got a lot of trolls in my chat, and I got to try to build this thing back up, which is fine with me. But this is something that everybody needs to understand when it comes to our fan base, bro. Like, there ain't nobody more passionate. I know a lot of people are very passionate about their football team. Every NFL team has a huge following of passionate fans. But there's no one as crazy as we are, man. Like, if you went tit for tat on just YouTube, I'm just going to be even talking YouTube. I'm not even talking about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that. There's more Raider content creators. There's more Raider Nation fan base craze, like, inside each pocket, right? Everybody's having success here on YouTube. And I find that fascinating and awesome. But we also, man, we're quick to react. Someone could say something on ESPN and we're going to lose it, bro. We're going to be we'll make a video about it, right? Someone says something on ESPN, we're making a video about it, complaining they're stupid. Any mainstream media guy says something we don't like, we're making a video about it, right? You don't get that from other teams. And just like we get upset when people do clickbait and talk stupid nonsense, which there's a lot of that still here on YouTube, it's because we'll fall for it, right? And trust me, these mainstream channels, I'm not talking fan base channels, I'm talking like ESPN, Fox Sports, all these other, they know that they could just say something negative about the Raiders and they're going to get clicks because someone's going to make a video about it. Everybody's going to go click to hear that person say it. They're going to start trolling them. And then there's people that are not Raider fans that are going to jump in your chat and just fire you up because they're going to get a reaction out of us, period. So just know that. So some of the some of the craziness, yes, it's the world that we live in today with social media. If it's not their way, it sucks. You know, everybody needs to be the star, best player in the National Football League. All 53 better be Pro Bowlers, or the Raiders suck. Get rid of the coach. It don't work that way. I'm too old school. I'm not built that way to fall for that crap, dude. Just saying. Combo, I agree. I think, thank you for letting me know that's your name, just making sure I'm hearing that right. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I think he did good. I mean, you saw what he is. That's what we drafted him to be, dude. He's power rusher, bro. That's what he is, bro. Like picking up 300-pound offensive linemen, pushing them back. He's still the developing piece, and that was the frustrating part about picking Wilson. And I know that a lot of people lost their ish over it, bro, because we could have got Carter. But at the end of the day, this guy has the talent, and he's not our starting tight defensive end, right? Chandler will be out there. You got Max. We'll see who else they put out there. I mean, I still got Kuntz on my radar. I like Rochelle a lot. I think you can roll Rochelle into some of the defensive tackle spots. I think he played a little bit of that flashing this preseason. There's a lot of pieces we can bring in. The pressure's not going to be on him right away. He's still got to get in football shape. He's got to work with Chandler and Max some more to get some of this pass rushing technique down. He's got to understand the scheme. He's got a long ways to go, but just to kind of see that, here's what I was looking for, and here's what I saw, right? I wanted to see a healthy Tyrese Wilson, whatever. I meant Tyree Wilson, there we go. And I saw it. I saw him bounce off that foot, push off that foot. He held his own. That's what I wanted to see. Now that I know that he's healthy enough to go out there and push a 300-pound lineman in the air and backwards, we good. Now he's got to develop, and we'll wait and see. I mean, I guess the most frustrating part, right, you used your first-round pick on that guy, and you wish that he'd be a plug-and-play now guy. He's not going to be that, but by mid-season, late season, he can make a big difference on this football team. Absolutely, brother. Robert, you're 100%. Robert saying salute to Combo. John Leon, what's up, brother? Welcome. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm on a roll on the voiceover. As long as I think my hand might have messed it up as right as I said that. Let me see. It did. Okay, everybody's saying salute to each other. Cool. Yeah, so those would be my defensive tackles now. Man, this is where I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to be honest with y'all, right? Now, I know we didn't get a heavy dose of Tillery and Nichols and Jenkins working as a group. But those guys are going to have to step up and be something very special, because I wasn't impressed with some of our second-year guys. We're going to keep Byron Young. Again, tons of potential. I honestly, Farrell, he didn't impress me the way that I felt like he should have. And Nessa, I think Nessa has made a name for himself. But most of the things, I saw him do some good things, but most of the big talk about Nessa was during the joint practices inside camp, which none of us have eyes on. And I'm not going to say they're rumored or they're playing him up, but you want to see what they're doing in practice really translate over into games. And this guy was playing late against some third, fourth round string players, and I just didn't see consistency from what I was hearing from practice, what he was doing in practice, and I wasn't seeing that totally showing up. So I'm on the fence. Butler, I mean, there's still some potential there, but I really think that we're going to be riding Nichols, Tillery, Jenkins as our primaries, and just hope that these guys can come in on passing downs and really make a difference. And I think that's where we'll probably see this develop, right? So I think we'll be okay, but I was hoping that we would see more from our younger defensive tackles, that we wouldn't have to worry so much about putting it all on the veterans that we already used to, right? But we'll have to wait and see, because defensive tackle is where we're going to shine. If this defense is going to be good as advertised or as talked about or as we've seen early on, it's going to start in the middle of that defense. Everybody salute, salute. No, I'm going there next, Leon. So, linebackers. Now, here's the promising thing about our linebackers. Our two main dudes is going to be Diablo and Spillane. And we didn't get a lot of them, right? And I really do like the hype around Spillane. And I seen Spillane make one play, and I was pumped up when I seen him do it. So we haven't got a full dose of what that's going to look like. But Luke Masterson's supposed to be that third guy. I wasn't fully impressed. Now, remember, he was an undrafted free agent last year, so he made a name for himself coming on. He still got he still has a growing year. This is year 2 for him. And as an undrafted free agent, I don't know if he's ready. But the thing that we have to remember about the Patrick Graham defense is it's a ton of nickel. You'll see you're going to get a lot of Hobbs, right? I think even better than Masterson, I think you'll get a lot of Bernie. I think Bernie showed some things. He needs some experience, but you're right, Leon. Nothing there is like flashy, right? There's not a billboard saying this is a mean-ass linebacker group, because it's not. I don't see it. I don't see our linebackers being that dominant. But again, if you're in the nickel and you find the right pieces, which I have one. I'll go ahead and bring them up now. I personally want to see Palomalu drop in and play some of that outside backer. I really would like to see Palomalu play there a little bit. That's just me. I mean, Bernie has some growing to do. I think Palomalu, with his experience in his second year, I think he could step in and be that guy out there. I know they didn't play him there in the preseason. I don't know if he's like a secret weapon they plan on trying to do that with, but I'm hoping he makes the roster just for that reason, because I think it's going to be tough otherwise for Palomalu to get out there, and I like him. Mikhail, what's up, brother? Do I think we signed any free agents? Yeah, I mean, I couldn't right now. I'm not looking at any of who's been cut. I don't know who's going to be out there per se. Obviously, if they were already out there, no. Anybody gets cut, I would look towards our linebackers primarily. If there's any linebackers out there that we think can come in and make a difference, but I think this staff primarily, it's going to have to be. I don't know. That's a tough call, bro, because I see a lot of young talent. They might want to develop. You might get some different names added to our practice squad and get them some burn there first. But I'm not sure. I think I'm trying to think. I'm going position by position in my head right now. Running back, quarterback, no. Offensive line, I think we're solid there. I think we keep the young guys back there. I don't see us trying to go find another offensive lineman. Definitely no receivers. Definitely no defensive ends. Defensive tackles, no. I like I said, I wasn't blown away from our young defensive tackles, but I think they all have a specialty. I think they'll know what their specialty is, and they'll rotate them properly. Cornerbacks, you're always looking for another corner, right? Like anything's possible. If a big name hits the market, I would do it. I wouldn't pay a lot of money at this point to bring somebody in to do anything, but yeah. Safeties, I like our safeties. Linebacker's the only one. If something pops up in the linebacking core, possibly. Yeah, I mean, linebackers in DT, yeah. I mean, like I said, I think that's where my mind's at, but I'm cool running with what we got right now, too. Like I said, from the linebacker position, I'm more worried about our depth behind Spillane and Diablo. I really am. Outside of that, if those two guys can stay healthy, I think we'll be okay. But that's a tall task, right? I mean, Diablo's injury prone, or at least he has been the first few years of his career. Spillane's a tough SOB, man. Like, he doesn't get hurt, but that doesn't mean he can't. And I think those are the only two solid pieces that I can say right now is going to probably do their job. Outside of that, we play a lot of nickel, be a lot of Hobbs, so that'll be a good thing. But which one of those extra linebackers are going to step up when Hobbs ain't in there to make a play? I don't think they're going to get rid of Hoyer, bro. Hoyer carries a big value in that quarterback room right now. Remember, Jimmy has played in this system very little bit, long time ago. So Jimmy still has some things to learn. Hoyer can help him with that curve, especially on the sideline during games. I still say Aiden should be the guy moving forward, but Hoyer, I think Hoyer has a spot. I think Hoyer's needed. Not so much needed behind center, but definitely needed holding that clipboard, helping the young rook along, and making sure that Jimmy G's learning curve is the smallest as it can be. Jack Bauer's in the house. Brother, what's happening, dude? It's been a minute. Thank you for being here, bro. They just released Garbers. They should have. Nah, dude, no. We keeping Hoyer, like I said, that's an extra. You need him in the quarterback room, brother. Like I said, he knows this system the best. He's definitely going to be the quarterback coach on the sideline holding the clipboard, bro. He's going to help, like I said, I just said, like the curve, Jimmy's curve, and bringing up Aiden, he's going to be a big piece to that. Garbers. Van Noy. I like Van Noy, but I don't know. Salute. Yep, 100% Hoyer is definitely a QB coach. And like I said, early on, you might lean on Hoyer to come in because I don't. Look, O'Connell's already shown he could handle the heat. O'Connell can handle the heat. But that doesn't mean you saw it yesterday. He's a rookie. He's just a rookie, man. And I just think you give him that first two games, tops, I guess. I would say 4. I'm more leaning towards 4. After that 4th game, if Jimmy's still healthy and then Jimmy goes down after that, then I say it's the O'Connell show. Now, Jimmy gets hurt for the season. I'd throw O'Connell in right away. But Hoyer is going to have that composure. He could still teach him some things. And think about Jimmy going down. You're definitely going to want Hoyer backing O'Connell up and being that clipboard guy on the sideline helping him through situations. So Hoyer is definitely the key. Exactly. Aiden is a beast. But again, like I said, anybody who wasn't here when I said it, Aiden is a beast in this system. He's a McDaniels guy. And I don't see him in many more offenses that he could play the way he's playing right now. And this is the beauty of it, right? Because McDaniels is grooming this kid. So as long as McDaniels steps up and shows that he's the coach that we need him to be, and he's solid, then he's got his quarterback that he can groom. And he's already showing major signs of picking up and understanding what McDaniels is doing. And McDaniels, I mean, I know a lot of people are hating on the dude, but he's an offensive guy, dude. He knows his numbers. He knows when his game's working and he has all the right pieces. I mean, look what he did with Mac Jones. He's gone, and look at Mac Jones. Not saying Mac Jones ain't going to pop back this year now that he has a real offensive guy with him, but I mean, Josh is proven to do some good things with quarterbacks, especially when they're young and he can groom them, and that's what he has in O'Connell. Thanks, brother, man. I've been putting in the work again, man. I'm on a 2-week run right now, and I'm feeling it. I got some big plans. Definitely, I'm always talking Raiders. So if I'm not on here doing it, I'm doing it anyway. So I might as well just get on and turn on the camera, right? But I'm really trying to make a real movement in some teenagers' lives right now. And I'll talk about more of that in another episode or something. But I'm mentoring some kids right now, and I'm really trying to inspire a lot of these young kids that are dealing with visual impairments. I want them to see this podcast, man. I want to show them what I do. And, I do a lot of other things outside of here, like kayak, rock climb, hike, paddle boarding. I'm getting ready to go to Florida and do a big old trip, hopefully to inspire and motivate some kids, anybody in particular, anybody who's dealing with visual impairment, or vision loss in general. But I'm really working with a lot of high school students right now. Really pumped about it. I agree, Combo. Aiden did his thing. He showed that he has it from the neck up 100%. Josh McDaniel's system has been known to be complex, and it takes time to learn, and it seems that he picked it up really quick. But the most impressive thing to me about O'Connell is his footwork, his poise in the pocket. And, dude, like, that guy throws darts, bro. I really like the way the ball flies out of his hands, and you see him throw with anticipation. And not every throw is perfect, but again, we live in a world where we think everything has to be perfect. He's going to make mistakes, but I like the positivity out of O'Connell. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not going to lie. Who do I got in week one, Miguel? I got the Raiders, bro. I got the Raiders, and truth be told, I really think that like the Denver Broncos are going to be something that we're going to have to deal with, whether it's in the second game this year or next year. I do believe in Sean Payton. It's a proven dude. I know he's took a few years off, but he might have needed that. But he's a pretty innovative dude and a good team motivator. But I don't think in week one, facing us, we're pretty well-oiled machine still, like especially offensively, right? And we were able to carve them up last year, and I think we've improved. And the biggest question mark moving forward, and always has been, is this defense for real? Look, all of us are already concerned about the defensive tackle still all of a sudden. We like our starters in the secondary, but we know we have to have depth there. That's important on every team to have some really good depth in the secondary. I like our safeties, but our linebackers are questionable too. I mean, I like Spillane and Diablo. I think that's going to be a great tandem there, but if one of them goes down, then what? So there's definitely some question marks on our defense. I think it's going to be much improved, but by how much? And that's really going to dictate what we truly do this season. But I got Raiders week one. Thank you, Robert Pena. Appreciate it. I agree, Combo. You said exactly what I said. Or Miguel. Yeah, Miguel. Yeah, I think the Broncos are going to be good too. I'm not going to sleep on the Broncos, bro. I definitely won't sleep in anybody in our division. Our divisional games, regardless if we're good or suck, tend to be pretty competitive. I mean, every once in a while you'll catch somebody slipping and there'll be a blowout. But I mean, there's usually good fights. So I just think with the new coach implementing his culture, so let's keep an eye on Denver, and we'll discuss that as the season goes on. But I'm thinking to myself, like, this is going to be a perfect example. You're going to see Sean Payton struggle early, and you'll start to see him start to build his culture and putting his stamp on that football team. He's had to come in and make some big changes, especially to the attitude of Russell Wilson, right? So there's a lot of things to keep an eye on there that we can compare, and I really want to bring light to that because, 20 years of mediocrity for the Raiders, and we want it to happen now. So McDaniels gets a lot of grief, and I'm not going to get like heavy in McDaniels right now. And I made the video, the last video I put out, I talked about McDaniels earning my respect. And someone commented on there and was kind of like, he didn't do nothing. Did you see what he did last year? And he's got no respect. Respect is earned. And I'm sorry, if you look at what he said, he backed up everything he said. A lot of us may not like his tack last year and how it all went down. And like I said, I don't want to make this the McDaniel story, but he talked about getting guys here that believed and understood in his system, and he needed to implement a culture. He took that podium at the end of the season, and he says, I'm going to start evaluating. It starts with me, and we're going to move forward. And everything up to this point has shown growth, people that have bought into his system. And I think from an offensive perspective, you're going to see a big change for the Raiders, especially in the red zone. And I hope I'm not wrong, but I really do think you're going to see a big change in our offense as far as how smooth it is in certain plays. Remember, Devontae, first year in that offense. Hunter, first year in that offense. This is their second year. They understand it now, too. Then you add Jacoby Myers to the mix on that. You got three extremely well-rounded wide receivers that could run routes, get off the line, and catch the football. And a guy like Jimmy G within that short, immediate range, which is what Josh McDaniel's system operates under, can deliver the football. Now we got Josh Jacobs back. I like where it's at. I really, really do. And I said this too, because as much as I said that he's got my respect, I didn't say he's earned my respect as far as being the coach of the future. He's still got to earn that. He's got to take that next step this year. I'm not just buying into McDaniels like he's the he's the next John Madden or anything, dude. By all means not, right? He's still got to prove that to me. But he's earned my respect on how him and Dave and Champ are running and building this football team. They got my respect. I'm not gonna change my colors on that. You know, Miguel, Russell's a wild card, bro. Russell Wilson to me is a complete wild card because, dude, Russ is one of those sleepers, dude. It was a hot mess last season, but I'm not gonna sleep on Russ. I'm not gonna sleep on the cat, bro. He still has the skills. I saw one preseason game. If I had to be honest, I watched one preseason game, and I saw Russ be Russ, bro. I saw Russ break the pocket, use his legs. I seen him lose his arm. Use his arm, and I'm not gonna sleep on that cat, bro. But yeah, he is getting longer in the tooth. But I thought Peyton Manning wouldn't be as effective either, and Peyton Manning lit us up for how many years? 3-4 years. Yeah, so I'm not sleeping on that cat, bro. Yeah, for sure. Aiden over Gabbard. Respect is definitely earned, not given. But he has, excuse me, he's earned my respect as far as being a man of his word. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on that, especially if you're talking about DC4, which I won't get into. Just letting you guys know. I mean, maybe at some point if people want to know my take on it. But he was a man of his word, dude. He truly was, and I think there was a reason for the season. I really do believe that it was meant to be something it wasn't, and when they recognized it wasn't, they moved on. I respect that, man. They didn't try to make something out of nothing. They moved on. It wasn't a fit. He came out here. He said, hey, a lot of things didn't go right. This is not, I'm trying to build a culture. I'm trying to implement some things here. I need people that buy in. They said they needed some of their guys to help implement that. They did that. And they get a lot of shit for it. But if you really look at this football team, it's a lot of those guys that are really making a difference on this football team, especially from an offensive perspective. From a defensive perspective, they went out, they got cultural guys that fit what they believe a football team should be, which is hard football, smart football players that are willing to lead and teach. And that's what we got. I've talked about it. You got Crosby already in place. You could throw Chandler in that mix. You got Robert Spillane, who's been really showing up and helping Diablo and just really being a guy that's leading by example. You got Marcus Epps, who took Trayvon Merrick, and there's a lot, they got a lot to prove now because there's a lot of hype around these guys. But Epps is doing his thing with the safeties. And then you got Marcus Peter that comes in late, and he's really got Jacorian Bennett playing at a high level. Here's a late round draft pick that's coming up. It's probably going to be a starter on this football team, most likely. I'm just saying, man, like, this is where they got my respect. Now, as far as being the future of this franchise moving forward, they still got to earn that. But they got my respect. The Saints are just the Raiders Saints. Again, I said that, right? I always hear like the Patriot West or Las Vegas Patriots and all that crap. Every time we bring a coach, every time we bring a defensive coordinator, they're going to go get their guys. It's nothing new, man. Anytime any coach, either a positional coach or a head coach, goes to any new team, they're trying to bring guys that they're familiar with to help bring their system and an understanding over. The Raiders, Dave Ziegler, Josh McDaniels, bringing in Patriot players is a no-brainer, bro. Like, if you're trying to implement what you were doing somewhat over there, especially offensively, you want those guys here. It speeds up the process, whether they're long-term guys or not. Like, you know what? And if you're going to make me say Patriot West, and that's what the Raiders are, and you're going to bring that kind of success over to this football team right now after the last 20 years, I'll take it. I want to start winning some football games. I want to be contenders again, not pretenders. Not squeaking into the playoffs and losing the first round. I want to own. I want to walk in and own some of these playoff games. Yeah, like, DC, no excuses. Hey, look, DC's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. He's gonna have some good success over there in New Orleans. But you had to choose. This time you had to choose. No questions asked. You had to be quarterback or head coach. And Head coach wasn't going anywhere after 1 year, man. It had to be what it is. I wish him the best of luck. I think he has a lot of skill still, but we'll see what he does in New Orleans. He's got a lot to prove too. And I think he went to the right team because that division's trash, bro. Yeah. That division's trash, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's from a divisional perspective, he's got it made, bro. But we'll see. I just think that adds more pressure on that cat, bro. But I don't know if you guys listen to Hondo Carpenter. I know if you're not, go do that. To me, he's one of the realest reporters I ever listened to, bro. And he wrote a great article about that situation, and he got a lot of heat for it. But then DC came out and pretty much backed up everything he said in that article. Maybe not to the T. Derek didn't come out and dot the I's and cross the T's, but everything that he was saying and how he said it lines up to exactly what Hondo was saying. And I get it. And that's not even a knock on DC, bro. It just means their personalities and the way that he coaches and the way that he was programmed by Gruden, and it just didn't click, bro. It happens. It happens, bro. You ever date a girl for a while and realize, dang, man, she's cool and all, but when it comes down to it, I can't see myself with this chick. And you move on, right? That's what it was. They liked the guy, ton of skills. They gave him an opportunity. It just didn't click. You're not going to try. You don't try to put a square peg in a round hole. You ain't going to do it. They made the right move for both of them. I think it was just as good for DC as it was for the Raiders. He needed a clean cut break. You guys got me talking DC, and I didn't want to do it, so just had to fire the chat up a little bit, though. Uh-oh. Here we go. Give me a second. I'm trying to get my voiceover. It jumped out of chat. Sorry, I almost blocked somebody on accident. Here we go. Yeah, no, McDaniels needs to shut up the haters, Miguel. I agree with you, bro. McDaniels has a lot to prove this season. And I know he's going to be judged by wins and losses, and that's the tough part of this business. But he has an opportunity with mainly that offense, because that's his primary function is offense. He needs to get that offense scoring in the red zone, not giving up in the fourth quarter, not getting any points. He needs to score all four quarters and really control that side of the ball. If he does that, then that's what McDaniels is. The defensive side of the ball is his responsibility as a head coach, but he's not a defensive-minded guy. It's Patrick Graham's job to lose. So Patrick Graham has more to prove than McDaniels does to me. And as long as Graham gets his staff to do their job, I think we'll all be just fine. But, yeah, he definitely has a lot to prove. So that's just the way that I feel, man. Hey, you guys really want to help me out? Help get this channel back out there, man. I'll tell you what, if you have a YouTube channel, I don't care what it is that you do on YouTube, and you let it sit as long as I let this one sit, it's crazy what YouTube does to you, man. It's ghost, bro. It's ghost. And I'm cool with it because I have to earn the respect too. I feel like I'm in the same position as Josh McDaniels in, dude. I got to come out here and earn my respect. I got to come and show that I'm not here just for a couple of weeks and then disappear and go ghost. All right, that's what I've been trying to do. My goal is to put videos out. We put something out Monday through Friday. Plus, I want to do a live show a week. So real quick, I got a lot of you cool cats in here, man. I appreciate all you that are here. Combo, Miguel, Robert. Appreciate you guys. Leon, appreciate you guys, man. My idea, this is... once if I ever get this thing to be back up to where it was or even close to where it was with the chat moving really fast, I still think I might need a producer. And here's I'll pull the curtain back a little bit of what I'm thinking, right? So y'all know we've been talking about it. Most of you guys know me here, and I appreciate you guys being here. I'm visually impaired, right? I'm legally blind. So I use voiceover and I use a lot of different things. When the chat really starts humming, it might be very hard, but I'm not out just trying to help people losing their sight find themselves in independence. I'm helping anybody with a disability. If I can give anybody an opportunity to grow and find themselves, I'm going to do that. And I just so happen to have a stepson who's amazing. He's a senior this year. He's 17. His dad's a deadbeat, right? His dad, well, go figure, he's a Niner fan, so it makes him even bigger deadbeat. So he doesn't know football. I'll be honest with you. My stepson, he's autistic. He's 17. He's a senior. He doesn't know football. He's trying. He was even telling me yesterday, hey, you think we can go to a Raider game? I'm like, dude, you're making my day, bro. Like, if I can make it happen and I can work that out at some point, I'll take you to a Raider game. But this kid is smart as a whip. He's very good with technology. I'm trying to teach him the game. And yes, of course, I'm trying to make him a Raider fan. You know, he'll just root for whoever. A couple years ago, he rooted for the Rams in the Super Bowl. I tried to explain to him that we had to be the only team in L.A., but oh well. The Rams won. He was happy. He never talked about football again. He watched the Super Bowl last year with me. Granted, he didn't choose a team, which is good because I was afraid he might go for KC, but he didn't. And again, like I said, I just want to help the kid out, bro. Like, I want to teach him a trait because I think he's that smart. And if he can help me run my eCam system and help me build some graphics and do some things and read my chat if it ever gets up and running quickly, you know. And granted, guys, I mean, it may be for some good laughs at times because he is autistic and this kid will come up with some wild shit. It's hilarious. Sweetest kid you'll ever meet, the honoriest kid you'll ever meet. But I just want to give him an opportunity, and it's a way for me and him to bond. It's a way for me to teach him football and get him to be a Raider fan, man. And he wants to be a part of YouTube so bad. It's not like he's going to be on camera. I'll probably set him up a mic. I have to show you guys. This is a work in progress, as you see. It'll continue to change, but me and the wife just recently, I built a studio out here, bro. It extends out. If I wasn't doing the chat on the phone, I'd show you guys, but it extends out. I have a big old covered patio out here, dude. It's killer, bro. I have a lot of plans for this channel and just chilling and kicking it with you guys and talking football. It's almost like I bring you guys into my world, but I have my own little recording studio out here now and my patio where I barbecue and chill. I'm trying to get I have a what do you call it? Like a theater screen and all that, but my vision's not good enough to watch games on that. So I'm trying to get another TV to put out here. So, yeah, I got some plans, man, but I got a pretty cool setup. But I really want to give my stepson an opportunity, and I think he'll do a killer job, bro. And he's really excited. Yeah, Miguel, I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm not going to lie. I was one of those guys that thought Renfro was going to be traded, man. It's awesome that you saw that through. And I'm not going to lie. I think that I think they know the value they have in Renfro, bro. Like, we all know third and Renfro. That guy's legit, bro. Renfro's a beast. I think they saw that. And I think he was out there for trade. But they weren't just going to let anybody come and take Renfro. And after paying him and everything, I think that was a smart move. I think you're going to see a whole different Hunter Renfro. Hey, Miguel, I'm not going to turn into chat sports, man. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I watch everybody, dude. I watch everybody, and I promise you, nobody's going to know YouTube drama more than me. I've been a part of YouTube drama. I've been the cause. I'm be honest. I've been the cause of some YouTube drama, not intentionally. It's not my character, man. Once you guys get to know me, I'm not that. Knight of the Shield, guys, literally is what it stands for. I mean, obviously, if you see some of the Star Wars stuff in the back, it's Jedi Knight and everything. But I'm a peace-loving cat, bro, and I believe in honoring the Shield. protecting the shield, protecting those who rep the shield. And I don't like to get into all the drama and hate and, you know, whether you like a player, don't like a player, like a coach, not like a, it's not going to faze me. My channel is a place where you can express, be you, man, be you. Don't have to agree with me to like me. And I do know that there's some questionable people out there. I'm not going to lie. There's you know, Chat Sports, he gets a lot of flack because he's not a Raider fan. But I promise you, that guy puts on a hell of a show, dude. He really does. I'm not the cat. I'm not selling y'all nothing, dude. I have an intestinal illness called Crohn's disease. I can't drink like that. You know, I'm not saying I won't have a drink online with y'all. You know, I can't drink beer no more. Too much gluten. It'll make me sick. But maybe I'll have a glass of wine, or maybe I'll have a whiskey and Coke or something. You know, maybe I give me some of that Woodson whiskey. I haven't tried it yet, so maybe I give me some Woodson whiskey or something, man. But little bits on that because it really tear up my stomach. But I won't sell myself for shots. Dude, I've been on here since 2012. This channel is still unmonetized, dude. I don't have this channel monetized. Now, am I saying I'm never going to monetize this channel? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm definitely not here for that per se. And we'll get into that more later because I do have big plans for my brand, Independently Blind, and you know this is a part of it. So I will monetize at some point, but I don't feel just because I can, I should, and I want to earn y'all's respect before I monetize and ask for anything because I don't feel. It's funny because I was on Graph's show. I was probably like a year ago. Shout out to Graph. Wasted and all the guys, you know, he's doing his thing over there. Call me OG. Everybody wants to call me the OG. I was with Raider Band. I popped on Raider Band's stuff a couple times. OG Knight. Oh, Knight. You know, and it's like this, man. A lot of people don't even know who the hell I am, right? And I OG, just because I was here in 2012. There's many that were here before I was, and I respect that. But I left in 2016. I had to leave. I had to do some stuff for my vision. I went out. I did that. I grew a lot. My computer skills, the way I'm able to operate and use certain things on here, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't go to the Blind Center where I currently work. I have an 8 to 5. I work at the Blind Center now, managing call centers and helping blind people. I take a lot of people to adaptive sports. We can get into all that later. I'll show you guys some stuff too eventually. But you know, I'm back. I'm back. And I'm here to earn my respect, just the way McDaniel's got to earn it. I'll earn it, and if I feel like I earn it, I'll monetize the channel. If I don't feel like I earn it, and I'm not giving you guys what you guys deserve, then I won't. But, you know, I have plans and intentions to 100%. And I just appreciate every single one of you, and I respect your opinions and your takes. And as far as beef and stuff out there, it's not in my DNA, man. That's not who I roll. I'm literally Knight of the Shield. You rep the shield, I got your back, bro. Period. Better Kojo, what's up, brother? It was an anomaly. Preseason, man. Like I think I said in my pregame, we're always trying to win every game. Don't let anybody fool you. We lost that game. We shouldn't have lost that game, and we should be pissed. I know a lot of people say, it's just preseason. Now, preseason means a lot, especially, you know, what made me mad the most is I really needed to see our depth step up and make some plays, and they didn't do it. And I really feel like a lot of these guys needed to go out and earn their spot on the practice squad. They needed to earn their spot to hopefully get picked up by another team, and I just didn't see that yesterday. So that game pissed me off. But as a whole, the optimism for this football team is still extremely high. And I'm freaking stoked, and I can't wait to see the real 53 out there, and I hope that they're as advertised, because if they are, this could be the beginning of something special. Robert Pena. FK Chat Sports, the real ones. Mikey. Me and Mikey go way back. Me and Mikey talk on the phone from time to time. Me and Mikey still talk. And pulling the curtain back, I mean, me and Mikey had some beef, bro. Not going to lie. My fault. And I'm not going to get into the beef of it, but me and Mikey worked out our issues, and And me and Mikey are close. I owe a lot to Mikey. I like to think Mikey owes a lot to me. Me and him have built quite the bond. Outside of this Raider stuff, right? You pull down the shield, you pull all that stuff away. Me and Mikey are good friends. You know, I worry about Mikey a lot. He worries about me, and we don't talk all the time. You know I can send him a message. He'll message me back, and and I love to see Mikey still doing his thing. And I hope Mikey continues to do his thing, because you want to talk about the OG? Mikey's the OG. Yeah. Thank you, Combo. Yeah, man. So Raider Nation News, Byron Live 95, he goes by now, but he was Byron Simpson, Byron 95 back in the day. We had Dylan from Silver and Black Way. We had Raider John from Confessions of the Raider Fan, my dude, my bro. That's my brother from another mother right there, man. Me and him go way back. He's a really close friend of mine as well. I was close to Dylan for a while, man. I lost contact with that guy. We're from the same hometown. I don't know if he's still there or not, but we met up there a couple times, had breakfast at our favorite spot. Yeah, there was a lot of us, bro. There was a lot of us back in the day. Thank you, Miguel. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, me and Mikey. I follow Mikey, bro. Me and Mikey are still pretty tight. He hits me up on sometimes. He hasn't hit me up in a minute about going live with him, but he's hit me up a couple of times. I'm a real busy cat, bro. Rolling Dubs, what's up, brother? Damn, there's a lot of blasts from the past here tonight, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for saying I earned it, bro. But I need to keep plugging away, dude. I'm back. I'm here to prove this season that I'm back. I got a lot of rust to knock off and working out some of these kinks. I've gotten much better when it comes to equipment and setups. And like I said, man, I'm going to get my autistic son out here and raise some hell, dude. He's funny, dude. He cracks me up. I'd love to teach him football. But you guys want a real challenge? Try to teach someone who's autistic football that's never watched it really before. It's tough, bro. The questions I get are hilarious. AO4, man, he's still got to earn it though, right? But yeah, I think he's the future, bro. I think he's the future. If McDaniels can keep his job and find that right, get that. If Patrick Graham, that defense steps up this year, because there's a lot of hype. I want to see this defense so bad. I want to see the real deal. I want to see Crosby, Jones, Spillane, Diablo, Epps, Merrig, Peters. That's a lot of people, man. That's some real dogs that we haven't had in years past like that, bro. On every level. I like the way that Jenkins looked. I liked Hillary's game. I know he made that one boneheaded mistake, and everybody just wants to keep up talk about that one play. I ain't tripping, dude. Like, was it stupid? Yeah. Did he need to be slapped for it? Yeah, he needed to be slapped for it. But it's in the past, bro. Like, that guy showed that he could play. He can get out to the quarterback. Bilal Nichols holding it down. Like there's opportunity there. Again, it's really on our defense again, just like it was last year. Our defense, it doesn't need to be the best. It doesn't need to be the best, but we need to be in that 15 to 18 range, and we have a shot. Yeah, there's a lot, and to be honest, man, I can't watch them all. There's just not enough time in the day. If you're a content creator yourself, you don't have time. So what I tend to do is there's certain ones that I follow, and I'm not going to name drop or do anything like that, but I'll play them in the background at work, and I'll listen to them, man. I'll listen to as much as I can. I made a lot of great connections myself over the years with people that have connections here, connections there, and it's one of my favorite people that I've seen that's really taken this place by storm, and he does a great job, is my boy Samoan. I remember when he first came out, and there's a group of content creators that has seen the worst. They've seen the best of me, and they've seen the worst of me, man. See, Samoan Raider John, Mikey. Dylan wasn't out there. Oh, no, Dylan was out there. Dylan. I have a picture of all of us together. I don't know if you guys remember the Raider Nation bonfires that were held up at Boca Chica Beach up there in Newport. I blacked out, bro. That was a crazy, crazy day for me. I wonder how many of them remember it. That was my first time of all of us meeting up together, and I got wasted. I was lit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Good times though. They give me crap for it, but it's good to see Samoan, man, up there in Vegas doing his thing, watching his channel boom the way he does. He's such a great editor, such a great personality. So if you ever run across this Oos, much love. I still text him from time to time too. I got his number too. TJ's awesome, bro. Oos Nation. Yeah, I've always been a defensive dude, man, and it's been a long, dry run where it's been quite frustrating not being able to walk around and talk about our D being dominant. I don't expect this particular defense to be that yet, but I'm hoping that this is the turning point, right? There's a lot of great players on here that I'm excited to see come together. You know, obviously Max has already earned everything, all the accolades that he gets. Max has earned it, bro. Max is my dude, man. Outside of that, there's a lot to be proven, man. There's a lot to be earned. There's some great players that I think can earn it, but I don't expect them to be great, but I expect us to be headed that way by the end of the year. I'm really ready for this defense to take a step towards the right direction for once. Yeah, Docs, ENT, Graf, Miguel. Yeah, I follow him, dude. I do. And I know a lot of people have been giving him crap and stuff, but he's never done me dirty, dude. He's done me solid. In fact, the last time I was on Graf's show, Graf helped me raise some money for the blind center I work for. So, and legitly, those, you know, the way that we did and everything, the money that people donated was received by the blind center. And Graf helped me on a spur of a moment deal on a Giving Tuesday push that I was trying to do for the blind center. Along with all of you, if you guys were there that night, really help earn some money, you know? And it's not about how much we earned. It was just the thought that you guys did meant a lot to me. And I'll forever be indebted to Graf for, you know, he didn't even hesitate, bro. It was like no questions asked. I just, yo, Docs, you know, can we do this? And he was like, you already know. And we put it together quick. And was probably the only bad part is we did it so quick. It wasn't maybe as thought out and planned as maybe it should have been. But that boy didn't hesitate to step up and help me, dude. So, you know, I know everybody's going to have their own personal beefs with people, but, you know, it's the internet. Really true. If you really want to get to know somebody, get to know somebody. And I will say this, too. I've met some people on here that ain't legit. I met some bad ones, dude, some really bad ones. Yeah, that I wish I didn't meet because they caused a lot of problems. And I'm not talking about my old partner. Pete, if you're watching, I love you still too, bro. Will to win will always be the will to win. Pete's excluded from that, by the way. Pete's a real one. Yep, Docs. Miguel was saying Docs and Sanjeet. You know what? Sanjeet, I love Sanjeet, by the way. Sanjeet doesn't know this, but Sanjeet is my eyes. I don't always agree with his breakdowns, but his breakdowns help me see things I can't see. So Sanjeet, salute. And I've never met Sanjeet either, so I've never had a chance to have a conversation with the man, but I'd love to. And I know that he's popped into some of my videos and said great video before. So Sanjeet, you can hit me up on Twitter. Night. I think it's Night Live on Twitter right now, or at Night Live. You guys can hit me up there. Docs is a G. He's a real one. I'm telling you, like. Look, I'll do a Doc segment, and if you guys don't like Docs and you guys end up leaving, then I'm sorry. But what Docs did at the beginning, when he was bringing all these content creators in, you know how many people have tried to do that? I tried to do that back in the day. It's not an easy task, and when you open the door to that many people, there's gonna be things that come in, and YouTube is greedy. YouTube is greedy. It's just a greedy place to be. And it was bound to happen. I knew that at some point there was going to be a collision, and it happened to Docs. And I think Docs rebounded the best that he could. And he put his group of people around him. That's the way it should be done. And it's not like a clique or a gang or anything like that. It's not. It just means that if you find a group of dudes that you know that you could rock with no drama, You try to keep it that way and keep it moving, and he's doing his thing. He works with some great people. They put on some great events out there in Las Vegas. He's doing his thing. Why would he risk that to opening the floodgates to just let anybody in? Because I'm telling you guys, the Raider Nation is family. And if you rock that shield, I rock with you. But you know what? We're all not meant to like be kicking it like that. It's just, we all have different personalities too. So, and some, we drink, alcohol comes into play. There's a lot of crazy things that could happen. But Docs is a good dude. He didn't mess with certain people. He still don't mess with certain people. But guess what? He's a real one. And for those of us who got to see that side of Docs, then I think we owe it to Docs to just be like, hey, sorry you guys didn't click. Sorry, it didn't work out maybe for whatever reason. But he was attacked there for a very long time. And sometimes it just takes a couple of bad ones, man. And it ruined maybe some opportunities for some really good people to get to know Docs. But I think it should be water under the bridge and just enjoy the content, man. He puts out really good content. And, you don't have to like it. I personally like it. I like the people that he rolls with. Some more than others, but again, dude, it's I'm talking about takes, by the way, not their personalities. But yeah, I mean, Docs is a good dude. He's a real one. Like I said, dude, without hesitation, I said, hey, you want to help me raise some money for the Blind Center? He said, done deal. Let's do it. No hesitation, bro. How could you not respect somebody that's willing to do that on the drop? I asked him for a favor because he had the clout to do it, and he helped me out. Never forget that. I appreciate that, Miguel. Yeah, no, man. Like there's a lot to this YouTube stuff that nobody understands. And it's funny because a lot of people will say, oh, people are just here to make money. Yeah. It's one of our purposes in life is to go out and make a living. If you can make $1 doing this, I say, go make your dollar, dude. If you can make thousands of dollars doing this, then go make your money. It's just like anything else, right? You have a choice whether you're going to watch the content or not. Like it's on you. And for those who hustle and do it, cool. I hear people say that it shouldn't be about making the money, but they got super chats turned on. At the end of the day, if you're going to make yours, make it. It doesn't have to be your first primary focus, but go make it. That's what YouTube is. That's what YouTube is actually here to do. Yeah, I haven't met Docs in person. I mean, I'm sure it's inevitable at one point. I will meet up with Docs. I haven't talked to him in a hot minute either. He's busy. I'm busy. But he's a real one, dude. Like, I could see him just being chill. I could also see people getting into it a little bit. It happens. But at that point, I mean, I think I covered the 53 the best I can. It wasn't necessarily the way I was going to do it. As far as about me putting out a video for Monday, I probably won't do that. And I'm going to try to go off the top of my dome here tonight. And I want to thank Miguel. I want to thank Combo. I want to thank Robert Pena. I want to thank Leon. Jack Bauer was up in the house. Much love, dude. It's been a minute. Much respect. Who else? I know Raider Nation's. Roland Dubs was up in here. It's been a minute for you, my brother. So everybody that showed up on this impromptu, I got to make a thumbnail so I don't have some stupid thing that shows up on here. I didn't even make a thumbnail or nothing. I just like, you know what? I want to put something out. I think I'm just going to go live and mess with my voiceover on my phone. Wasn't perfect, but I managed to get through it. And I know if I ever build up the lives again, I'm going to have to figure it out. And by the way, once everything gets rolling and we get really going, for those who've been here and all the way back in 2016, Pete and I developed the first phone system to run on YouTube. We were the first ones taking phone calls. And Pete was a genius, man. Pete figured it out. You go watch, those videos still are on. I don't like I think I'm way overly excited in those videos in 2016. But you'll see Pete grab his mic, slam it down and come back up, slam it down. The way that we had to do it back in the day, there was no StreamYard, there was no Ecamm, there was no OBS, there was no, the mixers that are out there today that allow you to do a lot of this stuff did not exist. And we were ahead of the curve back in the day, bro. We truly were. And a lot of that kudos goes to Pete. He was brilliant behind the scenes, very creative dude, Pirate, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about. He's still on this channel. His videos are still up. They'll never go away. He was a brilliant man, dude. He was a great video editor. He got things going, but I still have that same program or the same stuff that we use. It still works. If you've been around, it was showcased back in 2019 during the pandemic. We used it during the draft. I was working with Franchise Sports. I was working with TQ and Joe Arrigo, and we were taking live calls on the Franchise Sports Network. They're still here on YouTube. Go check them out. They do excellent work. Still good boys of mine. And I know that they use the mixer that I have and stuff too. I saw that in a picture on Facebook. So shout out to Joe. We've been trying to link back up. Joe's a cool cat, man. But I'll bring that. I still have the phone system. I will bring it back in, especially with my autistic son helping me. He could answer the calls, put in the names, and then just transfer them over, and I'll put them through the mixer and bring phone calls. I'll bring that back because that's probably the easiest way for me to communicate with you all, to where I don't have to do a lot of reading. We'll just talk to one another. So I still have all that. I still have access to all that, the phone number, the whole work. So at some point, I will fire that back up. But I think I'm gonna end it here. Not bad for my first run. Miguel, I appreciate you, man. You really kept this thing going for me tonight. I really appreciate you, brother. I can't wait to do some more lives. I needed this. Real quick recap on yesterday's game. It wasn't pretty. Of course, I'm pissed. Oh, right. I forgot. Raider Kojo was here, too. I don't want to forget any names. But appreciate you guys, man. Like, I really do. But, a lot of people will say it's just preseason. Don't worry. No, there's a lot you could get out of a preseason game. Preseason games mean something. And if we don't take everything seriously, then we're not going to take nothing seriously. So I take preseason seriously. And with that said, we whooped that Niner ass. We whooped that Ram ass. And the Cowboys got the best of us. It is what it is. Anybody thinks we're going 17-0, you're crazy. Bye, Chili Pepper. Thank you, bro. Awesome, Miguel. I appreciate you, dude. Chili Pepper, you too, man. Yeah, it's more than preseason, man. When you look at how we play, a lot of those guys are not going to get a practice squad spot now. Always remember. 2-1. I'll take it all day. A game above 500 in the preseason. I'll take it. All right, guys. I'll see you. Maybe there'll be a video out tomorrow. Highly doubt it, but definitely look for Tuesday's video. Maybe I'll break down a presser or two. We got a lot to cover as Josh Jacobs enters his way back onto the team and he'll be ready by week 1. No worries at all. I'm not worried about that at all. You see. Sheldon Brown, what's up, my brother? It's going to be here this year, Sheldon. I appreciate you, bro. Shawshank. That's all I got to say. Shawshank. All right, guys. Much love, much respect. All right, Combo, you too. All right, bro. I appreciate you. I'll be back live and kicking it with you guys, man. All right? And until then, stay Raider strong.